Today's tip is a good one, so listen up. If you are a first-gen college student, or might be a first-gen college student, will qualify for financial aid, and/or you are a minority in America today. Let's talk about the first gen first. What does a college consider first generation? That's dependent on each college. So how you would find that out is a simple email or a call to your admissions rep at that college asking them to define what a first generation college student is. I will tell you that most colleges that you come across will consider you a first gen college student if neither parent has graduated from a four-year university. If your parent has an associate's degree and the other parent didn't graduate from college, you would be considered a first gen college student. There are other colleges that consider you to be a first-gen college student if neither parent attended any college at all. So you would just need to double check with your admissions rep. Now, why is that important? It's important because there are scholarships for first-gen students. They're usually outside scholarships, but some institutions do have inside institutional scholarships for first-gen. So you need to double check that when you're doing your research for scholarships. And if you missed that video, it was last time, so just go back into the feed and find it. Let's talk about financial need. You qualify for financial need that's determined by FAFSA, which comes out in December of this year. You qualify if your income and assets are a certain number, and it's based on the student aid index that will come out later after the FAFSA is released. So what does that mean? It means you qualify for a federal Pell Grant. You qualify for state grants. And of course, you qualify for loans, which we want to try to avoid because we can hopefully cash flow college with whatever's left over from what you didn't get with scholarships. Ideally, you would have gotten scholarships to pay for college. Now, let's go to the minority. So a minority in America is considered anyone who is not a Caucasian person. So with that being said, if your parents have a very low income and you're a minority, you have the best opportunity in America today to be able to apply to really specific selective colleges and qualify for needs meet. There are colleges in America right now that will take your FAFSA information and they will meet 100% of that need that is not covered in scholarships or grants. And that's pretty incredible. So that means that no African American, no Chinese American, no Mexican American, none of them have any excuse not to at least try to attend college because for them it could possibly be free. Now, what are those colleges? There's a slew of them. And I can send you a list if you'd like. Just drop in the comments that you'd like the list of colleges and a way to get a hold of you to send it to you. So, but here's a little quick list. I jotted them down. So University of Chicago, Amherst, Swarthmore, Stanford, Harvard is a needs meet school. If you're in North Carolina like I am, Davidson College is 100% needs meet. So if you have decent grades, we're not talking about a student who is incredibly gifted, IB everything, AP everything, you got all the letters, right? We're not talking about that. If you have decent grades and you can make yourself to be an extraordinary candidate for scholarships and or acceptance into a school, these schools that I wrote down, you have the chance to be able to go to these schools for very little money. And it's very easy to find that out because you can run the net price calculator on every college, which we'll be doing that video pretty soon, but I can walk you through it if you want me to beforehand. But first generation, you should be applying. If you're a minority in your first generation, even better. But check out the needs meet schools. You can Google that, needs meet colleges in the US, and there's a slew of them. And some of them have different specificities, if that's a word, about how they qualify needs meet, but there is no reason for an average to good student to not really work the next 2 years to come up with a beautiful resume and really good extracurriculars and an incredible Common App essay with your story, which is compelling, and give that information over to those colleges on your senior year and see if you can qualify. Some of these colleges will even gift travel back home, and you don't owe a dime. I mean, there's some of these colleges offer a clothing allowance. So take the opportunity that's been given to you to make sure that you can go in, make yourself a compelling candidate for any scholarships, and whatever you don't get in scholarships, look at these needs meet schools. They have lower acceptance rates, but if you're a minority or if you're first gen and you qualify for financial need, there's no reason for you to apply. Matter of fact, you outshine most of the candidates who would have glowing grades and were Caucasian. So just think about that. Use that to your benefit. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And I'll be back on here another day with some more tips. Thanks.